Alright then, welcome to part 2 of the video talking about smurfing in Counter-Strike. This time we are looking at the player, so the people playing against the smurf. So, once again, again split up into 2 parts with positives and negatives. Yes, they are points for both, so let's start off with a shorter list of positives on the player, shall we? And so my first point is that smurfs can help bad players. Hold out on the comments just yet, let me explain. So if you are playing with somebody that is smurfing, let's say you've got a friend that's, let's say, a global, but you're a silver 3, and it's like, okay, we can't really play together, so that global gets a Nova 2, Nova 1, silver, elite, supreme, I'm not sure in the final silver level. So yeah, the global goes down to help out their friends, so what I'm trying to say is that the player is able to learn off their friend that is smurfing with them, because the global knows the tactics, the plans, the strategies, you know, everything you really need to know about Counter-Strike to help that new player. It's like, okay, I want to learn off you, be my teacher, basically. So the smurf is teaching the player that he's playing with. This could also come under when somebody boosts another player, and boosting is when you get somebody that's better than you to carry you through all your games until you rank up to whatever rank you want to be. So it's a way for a player to get boosted. If somebody likes getting boosted, I can't imagine as to why someone would want to get boosted, because when you get to that rank and you're not with that person that boosted you, you're just going to get destroyed. Let's face it, you're going to get destroyed if you haven't got the guy that boosted you up there. So I can't imagine as to why that'd be positive, but I've put it under there for some reason. Right then, my second point is that the smurf, they're not a cheater. They are just better than you. That's something a lot of people need to understand. They're not cheating, they're just better. You need to use your mind and figure out tactics with your team to stop the person beating you because they're better. It's understandable if there was hacking, it's like you can't do anything, they're hacking, but if they're just better than you, all you got to do is, point 3, work with your team. You got to work with your team. That's a lot of smurfs can get beat if you just use teamwork. Yeah, if you, let's say there's one smurf on your team, just one, but they're with 4 friends that are low ranks. Figure out where that one smurf is, and then just go to the opposite side of the map with them. You don't have to deal with them. Our best chance is to catch them off guard. Think of new tactics to beat them. Ensure you've got teamwork, you know, speak with your team, use your microphone, work a way out to beat the smurf. And then doing that, it'll build up your, you know, teamwork abilities, your skill to communicate, everything you'll need in order to get good at Counter-Strike, because if you don't work with your team, then you've lost, let's face it. Okay, my final 4th point was something my friend actually told me. I was asking him, have you ever learned anything as the player? Have you had any positives impacted you from a smurf? And he's like, yeah, he's taught me how to do nades. But then he explained it. He was like, well, basically, he had a smurf in his game on his side, I believe it was. I believe it was either his side or the other side. Then he reviewed the demo. I'd imagine it'd be his side though, because people generally are really lazy to actually go check demos after a game. So yeah, he learned nades through a smurf, because smurfs, one thing you can learn is that people at that rank know the different nades. They know the flashes, they know the smokes, they know the HE grenades, they know incendiaries for the most part, I guess. And it's like, okay, I'm going to throw this smoke here and here. I'm able to see this and learn the smokes off you without going to YouTube and searching up a tutorial. That's just something you're able to pick up in game without using external time to find something. Okay, this is very flaky. I don't really put this as a positive. I'm putting it out there. People say that by playing the smurf you're able to get better. I honestly can't imagine many ways that could help, because now that we're swiftly on move on to the negatives, you don't know if you're against a smurf or a hacker, let's face it, because I've saw it myself in Overwatch. When people get rage reported, it's like, oh, they got a lucky 1 or 2 rounds and they just get reported. As someone that does Overwatch, you can usually get a decent sense what skill level the people are that you're playing at, because of just how unskilled, unpracticed, I guess, they are at the game. So yeah, if you're, let's say you're a silver 3 and you're getting destroyed by this one guy on the enemy team, you don't know if he is smurfing or hacking, then if you're right, you're the player, you're seeing this, you're getting destroyed, it's like, oh, is he hacking, is he smurfing, we're not sure. So if you think they're hacking, you and your team might get demotivated in order to work hard to try and beat them, which is, I think, one of the main problems, is that if you think you're against a hacker, you just lose all hope. It just gets stripped out of you, and you don't want to play anymore. It's like, what's the actual point when we're getting demolished every single round? And then, like, you might get 1 or 2 lucky rounds, and it's like, oh, I guess he must have not been using his hacks that round. And it's like, no, they're just a normal player. You can beat them, but they are just more skilled at the game than you. They've got more game knowledge, they've got more map knowledge, they've got better aim and reflexes and muscle memory. So, you know, people start putting in less effort in because they don't know whether they are against a hacker or a smurf. So they don't get motivated to play better because they think, okay, this guy's cheating, what can we do? Let's just stop. And then because of smurfs, people get stuck at a certain rank or a certain 2 ranks. It's like, so people get stuck at the ranks and then they start bitching and complaining like, oh, we can't get out of X rank because smurfs, they're everywhere, we can't leave. Now then, that's understandable from certain points, but statistically I can't imagine there being a smurf in every single game for you to get stuck at a rank. If you are playing well and you are doing good at the game, but then get crushed let's say every 3 games you're against a smurf, that crushes you. In that time, you should have built up the ability to beat that smurf. You've gone against them so many times. If you're moaning so much that you get stuck at a rank, you should have played the smurf so many times that it's like, okay, I've dealt with you guys before. I know how to beat you. Me and my team know how to beat you. And then you will just rank up. It's not that hard in theory, but in practice, it doesn't work like that in practice. Your brain isn't programmed to go from bad, bad, good, bad, bad, good, bad, bad, good. It's like the problem with the smurf. If they play at low ranks constantly, they are themselves going to drop in skill. Whereas, so the player, they are going to be like, these guys are easy, these guys are easy, I just got crushed. These guys are easy, these guys are easy, let's say these guys are easy, I got crushed. It's really demotivating on the player to, you know, keep playing if they get stuck at a rank. So a smurf will get a lower rank on purpose, meaning that the actual ranks could get pushed down. So let's just say somebody is a Master Guardian 1, but let's say a bunch of global smurfs decide to get a new account, drop the ranks to, like, let's say Master Guardian 1s as well. They will then push down all the other Master Guardian 1s into Nova Masters, Nova 3s, and it could, you know, keep going on like that. It's just sort of in a waveform, like, okay, one set of people D-rank, so everybody else gets pushed down. So yeah, the player is just getting bullied constantly by a smurf. And then if we come back to the argument where I was saying that the player gets better because they're versing smurfs, smurfs put in less effort because they don't need to put in the effort to beat you. They can beat you whenever they want. They can beat you with plus forward on the entire game. They can beat you with plus left on and still manage to get 360s one after another. They do not play seriously. People smurf with sawn-offs, SG553s, you know, PP Bisons. They don't need to use a normal weapon, so they don't need to use AKs, they don't need to use M4s, they don't even need to buy kits, and they can get on site, defuse the bomb without any of them noticing. Sometimes they do not play seriously. I can't believe the argument is of that when you play a smurf you get better. No, the smurfs aren't playing like they normally would. They're just having fun, they're just trolling. People can't play against smurfs and get better because the tactics they use to beat you are not normal tactics. They would just run and spray the entire... They just buy negatives, M249s. They run round the corners spraying with a negative, and it's like, you would not tell me one... Okay, don't tell me, because I'm sure there is one, but you don't see that in pro games. Like, pro games are a great example, because that's how people really play, where they should play. That's how they win at the games. You wouldn't see smurfs playing at Silver 3 games the way they would at their original ranks, because it does not work. They can't play like that. People can't get better while playing a smurf because the smurf is not taking the game seriously enough for you to learn off them. So that sort of negates the argument I put forward earlier that you get better by playing smurfs, when in reality, it doesn't work like that. Anyway guys, I'd like to thank you for watching part 2 of this mini-series about Smurfing. If you'd like, feel free to check out part 1 and part 3 of this mini-series. And yeah, have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.